Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and good morning all of you. This is Ashima and in this video we'll be talking about everyday news events and current affairs topics of the past day and all the important news events that took place. So in this video we'll be taking care of all the important points related to the news events so that it is going to be helpful for every examination. So no matter which examination you're preparing for, this video is going to be helpful for you. Let's start the discussion with the first news event, that is MCA 21. So Minister of State for Finance and Corporate Affairs, or you can say Ministry of Corporate Affairs, has launched the first phase of the third version of MCA 21, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs 21 third version 3.0 portal, and it is going to be implemented in two phases. So first phase has been launched recently and the second phase will be launched in the month of October 2021. But what exactly is MCA 21? It's an online portal for corporate affairs ministry so that all the company related information of stakeholders and general public, that is going to be there on this portal. This portal is not the first time that this has been launched, because this portal was initially launched in the year 2006 and this is the third version which has been launched recently, and this will reduce the paperwork, the documentation. It's going to increase the efficiency in keeping records as well. Complaint management, help desk, feedback services, everything is going to be available via this portal. So then we have the next one, India Biodiversity Awards 2021. Now, when we come to biodiversity awards, first of all, these are awarded on the occasion of International Day for Biological Diversity, which we have on 22nd of May. So, on this day, we have the biodiversity awards, and this year the awards were given out recently. When we talk about the awards, who gives out the award? The award is given out by, first of all, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, along with National Biodiversity Award Authority and United Nations Development Program. These are the three organizations which have developed this award. This award was instituted in the year 2012, and this awards on the grassroots level, that is the basic level, from where the contribution is there, where the contribution is being done. From those places the awards are selected to honor the people who are working on lower level. Now, when it comes to awards this year, first of all, sustainable use of biological resources category was there, which was awarded to Craperbis. Then we have conservation of domesticated species. For this, the individual award was given to Tuber Man of Kerala, that is Shaji NM. And the award for sustainable use of biological resources was given to Cornham Nature Conservation and Tropical Sanctuary KNCTS, which is in Nagaland. Right? Next, which we have is a few one-liners. US Space Agency NASA has announced to send the first mobile robot to the moon, and that is going to happen in 2023 under the Artemis program. Now, the rover which is going to be sent is by the name Viper. Viper stands for Volatiles Investigating Polar Exploration Rover, which is a mobile robot. Now, this robot is a part of Artemis program of NASA, and it is going to travel to the south pole of moon, where there is a possibility of this icy surface as expected. Then Maharashtra government has prepared and submitted a tentative serial nomination of 14 forts of the state so that these forts can get a World Heritage Site tag. And these 14 forts have been given after the recent sign up of certain places of India which have got onto the tentative list of heritage sites. So there are about 6 sites which got recently to the tentative site of UNESCO heritage, and therefore in the tentative list we have 48 sites. In permanent list we have 38 sites, and the 14 forts list has been submitted to the central government. They are going to finalize which all to keep. All these forts are, the ones which either belong to the Peshwas or to Marathas and Mughals. Some have also served as naval and army bases of Maratha fighters as well. Now, coming to the next, Singapore has approved COVID breath test, which will detect the COVID-19 and show the accurate results in less than 1 minute. It has been developed by Breathonics, and it is somewhere similar to a drug driving test which we take. And this is going to enhance the speed of the test, because this test can give out result within a minute. So all those people who are traveling, for them also it is going to be helpful. And this test has undergone 3 trials, 2 in Singapore, 1 in Dubai, and its specificity is 95% out of 180. That is, about 180 patients were tested. 95% accuracy or efficacy was there, whereas for sensitivity it was 93% sensitive towards the positive. World's largest iceberg broke off Antarctica by the name A67. It was 4,320 square kilometers and was spotted by European Space Agency, which captured Copernicus, which was captured, and the satellite which captured was Copernicus Sentinel-1, which is of European Space Agency. Then Northern Railway has ordered suspension of wrestler Sushil Kumar. He was recently arrested by Delhi police in a murder case as well. And after his arrest was made, uh, he has been suspended from his service from Northern Railways as well. United Nations is observing International Week of Solidarity with People on Self-Governing Territories, which is from 25th of May to 31st of May 2021. Then IMF, emerging market nations struggle to move out of COVID-19 pandemic induced economic crisis can hurt developed nations. So all those lower countries or poorer countries which are still overcoming COVID-19, this can result in impact on the developed and advanced economies as well, which is known as ricochet impact. So ricochet impact is possible as per IMF, and this is going to impact the developed nations and the developed economies as a whole, because of the poorer nations are still trying to recover from. Now, Union Ministry of Women and Child Development has set up one-stop centers in 10 missions across 9 countries. Now, we already have certain centers which have been set up in India. There are multiple centers which are set up in India, and now we are going international on that part, or we are setting up international portals, one-stop centers, which are going to be set up in 9 places. And out of these 9 places, there are total 10 centers which will be set up. That means one place is going to have 2 centers. Which place is going to have 2 centers over here? That is going to be Saudi Arabia. Saudi will have 2 places. And what does this whole center, one stop center, help? This is basically for all the women who are facing certain issues, certain problem. They can directly bring up the problem, and they can directly get it sorted. So this is a one place where all the women can give out their complaints or file their complaints, right? But since it is an international platform, therefore the implementation of this on international level will not be done by Ministry of Women and Child Development. So implementing agency for international platforms is going to be External Affairs Ministry. So External Affairs Ministry will be the implementing agency, whereas the Women and Child Development Ministry is the one which is going to set it up, right? So when was this started? This was started in the year 2015 when the first was set up. And under which fund are these being set up? So there is Nirbhaya Fund. Nirbhaya Fund is there. So under this fund, the setup of one-stop centers happens. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, has asked Dominica to hand over India's fugitive businessman Mehul Choksi to India directly. This is by Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown. So, first of all, before we go ahead on this, who is Mehul Choksi, or what was the issue with respect to him? So, As per Prime Minister, Choksi was living in Antigua and Barbuda since 2018 after taking citizenship in 2017, and that was under citizenship by investment program. But he will not have the same rights in Dominica as he was having in Antigua and Barbuda, as per the Prime Minister. Now, next, how many countries are running this? So as of now, there are 5 Caribbean countries which run such a program, which is the Citizenship by Investment program. Then we have Chief Minister of Kerala Pinarayi Vijayan, who has announced a secretary level committee will formulate guidelines and recommendations on implementation of smart kitchen scheme in state to fulfill the commitments of LDF. So to fulfill the commitments of LDF, there is a smart kitchen which is going to be set up. What is LDF? That is Left Democratic Front. So what is smart kitchen? Smart kitchen is going to be launched by July 10th of 2021. So by July 10, 2021, it is going to be launched, where women of state will be given loan to refurbish their kitchens, and loan will be provided at a very low interest and an installments scheme it is going to be there. So women's domestic labor will be reduced as per this scheme. With this, we'll be winding up this segment. Thank you so much. I hope this session has been helpful. We'll see you in the next video with more news events. Until then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead.